Dear teachers of Reddit, do you have any strange sex stories from your school? Potentially NSFW. I'm a janitor at a high school. One day, I came across a line of maybe 5-6 boys just loitering in front of the auditorium after school. I told them to jit, but they just remained. Every few minutes or so, another entering the auditorium itself. I gave up and walked away. Turns out, a girl put it out on Twitter that she would give blowjobs to anyone who showed up with $20. Yeah. We run a classy joint there. My second year of high school, one of the teachers got caught having sex with a student. My third year of HS, that teacher's wife, another teacher, got caught having sex with another student. That sounds like one messed up marriage. This happened while I was a student in high school. The final project for a political science class was to give a PowerPoint presentation to the whole class. Everyone had to bring them in on CDs or flash drives and the teacher would be responsible for opening them. So the teacher plugs in one of the flash drives, but he clicks on the wrong file. And up on the screen, in front of the entire class, is a close-up of the vagina. The teacher exits out of PowerPoint as quick as he can and everyone is looking at the guy whose flash drive it was. Until his girlfriend, seated in the back of the class, started crying. It was 12th grade, so they never had time to live it down in their last semester of high school. They were the couple who accidentally showed their homemade PRN to 30 of the classmates. TL. Dr. Guy kept his homework on the same flash drive as pics of his girlfriend. Did not end well. In my high school there was this kid that was notorious for jacking off in class through a hole in his hoodie pocket. Everyone just referred to him as that kid who jacks off in class. We've got a cluster beta at my school. 2. I'd call him Jizz Pockets. Apostrophe. Edit. Thanks everyone. My highest rated comment is about jizzing in pockets. Love you all. Kid a year older than me at high school during the microscope month. Took a slide out, rubbed one out on it and brought it back to look at. You know. Can you really be mad at the guy? The kid was just curious. Like a proper scientist. A science class should praise that kind of curiosity. My senior year English teacher had all kinds of stories that he loved to tell. He caught kids F-king in the lighting booth, floor of the girls' bathroom, and his favorite, inside a rolled up wrestling mat. A good looking female gym teacher at my high school had sex with a senior in the guys' change room. The student also happened to be another lady teacher's son. She was outed and fired, but very secretly. So secretly that someone that wasn't involved in it, knows about it. I had a student masturbate into a textbook during class. Unknown to me, I saw he wore baggy clothes and give it to me after class. I did this for you, he said. How romantic. 3. I must have had one of the most boring high school experiences in history. My English teacher has caught a girl and her boyfriend having sex in the stairwell down the hall from her classroom. Holy shit, that's almost 3 times. In high school, I went to the same gym as one of my teachers. One day, he came up to me and asked how old I was. I answered him, 16. His response, F-king hell. Don't wear yoga pants to the gym if you're not legal. At my school we used to have an annual fastathon where a bunch of kids would fast for 24 hours to raise money for the starving children in Africa or something. Anyhow, students would sleep at the school overnight, guys in one gym, girls in the other. Anyways, during the evening mass, Catholic school, 2 of the people got caught in the bathroom. The chick giving the dude a blowjob in the bathroom stall. I guess she was really hungry. Kid getting blowjob in class. Let him have an extra 10 seconds before I interfered. High school. At my ex's school, some kids got busted because they came in extra early to have sex in one of the locker rooms. They should have done it in the woods like normal teenagers. In my high school, Some kid a grade above me jerked off onto a cinnamon roll that he made in cooking class and gave it to another kid. Poor kid. He never heard the end of it. Not a teacher. But there was this guy a couple years ahead of me in school. I was aware of who he was because his family had a cabin on a lake a few places down from my grandparents, and one summer he got caught stealing underwear off neighbors' clotheslines. Anyway, one day he broke into the school band director's office, cut up her credit cards, and masturbated into her purse. He wasn't allowed near her or the school itself after that. A kid in the 12th grade had a girl, unsure of her grade, give him a hand job during lunch. There were several other people at their table. As far as I know, they were caught because the girl at table oversaw and freaked out. Lunch. Why the FCK is everyone receiving BJs except me? FCK. One of the most unusual kids in my high school graduating class might have had some form of autism. I'm not sure. Was caught masturbating beneath the bleachers during a pep rally for homecoming during the cheerleaders routine. Edit. I am laughing so hard at all the people PMing me and commenting, asking if I went to their high school. Apparently this was a pretty common happening. They managed to get someone excited about the upcoming athletic season. Last year at our homecoming dance, everybody in the gym had a clear view of some guy getting blown at the top of the bleachers. That poor teacher that had to take the awkward walk to the top just to tell them that we could all see them. A dude in my school got suspended a few years back for masturbating in religion while they were watching The Passion. Edit. Some people were wondering about the religion class. I go to Catholic school, and I thought this would be obvious. Also, awesome Jesus jokes. Keep them up. I'm dying here. Nailed it. This one time. At band camp. But no, seriously. The band geeks at my school went on a trip to Europe for something or the other. Now, they're all sexually active. I don't know whether it's the drums or those damn trombones. But the band kids FK'd like no one's business. Anyway. A couple of them visit some WH house in the red light district and lo and behold, unknowingly got herpes. Went on to give about half the people in the graduating class herpes. And all of this happened at a Catholic school. So needless to say, the priest was called. It's just too bad herpes can't be cured through exorcism. BRB joining school band. A kid was caught getting a blowjob in a bathroom. He got a full semester at an alternative school. Another kid threw a lit cigarette in a trash can and caught it on fire. He got 2 weeks at an alternative school. Actual teacher story here. I was working in junior high in Japan as an English teacher, and was just going for a quick tea after lunch. Before afternoon class. There were 2 cubicles in the male staff toilets, and the door to one was closed. So I took the other one. Pants down. Squatted over the Japanese style toilet. About to drop my poo. And then the 2 students who had been quietly hiding in the next cubicle decided that they wouldn't wait for me to leave, and instead recommenced their men's toilets lunchtime FKing. The half-emerged turtle head poo flew straight back up my bum. I wiped, flushed, zipped up and left to teach 2 rather uncomfortable afternoon classes, still needing a crap. But more freaked out by the fact that I had been pants down squatting while 2 13-year-olds were just inches away in their makeshift love hotel. Welp. There was a dude in the grade above me. Everyone called him Scooter. There were lots of rumors flying around that he'd had sex with a dog. A lot of rumors. It was the talk of the town. But no one could confirm anything. The last day of school they had a special assembly to see off the people graduating, and right before the principal dismissed everyone, Scooter ran up to the microphone and yelled, "Yeah, I did FCK that dog and I'd do it again." Woo. He never had many friends. That Scooter. Quick edit. This is 100% true and INB for Colby. Catch a raid. Girl at my old high school got FK'd up the ass in the school chapel. Catholic school. The guy pulled out and shish tea everywhere in the chapel. They were both expelled. Also, ironically, the girl was the younger sister of the most bullied guy in my grade. The guy was bullied because he was an obnoxious douchebag, not for being a nerd. So yeah, I'd imagine he now gets bullied for other reasons. I wouldn't know. I've been in college for a few years now. TLDR but f***ing in church. Holy shit. 2 kids at my school got caught having sex in the bathroom. When they got out they were met by the VP and about 400 kids. Met by the VP and about 400 kids. I'm imagining Joe Biden and Congress. My English teacher sophomore year told our class about his most awkward moment as a teacher. So a few years back, he forgot some books in his room and decided to go get them. Now, this is a boarding school, so it's not uncommon for stuff like this to happen. At the same time, the following is also not that uncommon. So he walks into his classroom and finds 2 students f***ing each other on the floor. He awkwardly grabs the books and leaves without a word. As it turns out, both kids were in his class at the time for the entire year. He claims nothing has ever compared in awkwardness. A kid we now call Zippy Tippy got caught jerking it into a Ziploc bag in the locker room. Well, I am homeschooled, so no, I did not have sex with my teacher. But you've been in her vagina. Ex-high school student here. Summer school teacher wanted me to stay after class. Just gonna get to the point. Yes, there was sex. I was underage and she was in her 20s. It was consensual. It was awkward as FCK, the first time having sex with my summer school math teacher and her taking my virginity. Edit. This was in grade 10. Technically at the end, secondary 4, I'm Canadian. I was 17. Trank made out with Coach Carr. Edit. Whoa. This is my most upvoted comment ever. All because I had the urge to indulge in the not so guilty pleasure of Mean Girls. At a school I worked at, all the students, grades K-12, ride the same bus. A 10th grader was caught receiving a BJ from an 8th grader on the bus. Awful. Seriously, how do they not expect to get caught on a bus of all places? Is this Jerry Sandusky's first post from jail? My friend lost his virginity on the altar of his Catholic high school's chapel. That's got to count for something. Too bad it was to the priest. A girl, who had a reputation as the school bicycle, had sex with an unpopular kid on a dare. My school is on top of a mountain. And to do it she had to go into the woods on one side. The next day, a Saturday, she came to my sister's pool party in a bikini. Her entire back, from neck to ankles, was covered in poison ivy. Her excuse? Sunbathing in a poison ivy patch. So, from all the posts here, I've concluded that my high school experience was either pretty boring, or people weren't stupid and never got caught. A girl just recently transferred schools because she was caught by the janitor giving a guy a hand job. Scruffy can't unsee. I was bored and high in chemistry and I looked outside to try to take my mind off of studying when I see to my surprise one of the special ed kids at my school getting blown by one of the special ed girls outside. I literally was in disbelief and tried to not draw attention to it for a good 15 seconds. I eventually showed what was going on to my friend, which immediately drew more attention to the current situation. Well, of course more people started to notice. My teacher soon chimed in, what could y'all possibly be looking at outside at the special ed building that could be more important than chemistry? I promptly replied, special ed. Childhood friend became involved in a homosexual relationship with older male teacher in the 10th grade. The teacher was married to a woman and together. I host my friend for dinner and slumber parties. We always thought it was weird, especially when we found out the teacher had bought our friend a secret cell phone. After a year of speculation, my friend was caught red-handed fellating the old man in the school parking lot. Still can't believe it years later. Not sure if relates, but had a friend who decided to go butt naked in the halls. We were on a school trip. Halls are divided by boys and girls, and dance to good time. Female teacher comes up the stairs and is arm's distance away from him. Screams. No teachers have answered this question yet. I'm not a butt. Every Ask Reddit thread ever. Kids had sex in our locker room in 7th grade. They were 13. Edit. Where I lived at the time was actually a very nice place, it just so happens that those kids were that immature. I got caught having sex with my girlfriend in the woods behind our very conservative Christian school freshman year. The best part was that the principal only wrote up for being off school grounds during the school day. Had to tell my parent though. But everything went better than expected. JPG. I shit you not, and if you don't believe me, well cool. There was a girl last year and she was a freshman. Pretty ugly, nothing special, and she gave head to boys and girls for $10. Yes, $10. $5 for a hand job. She probably could got more. But people did pay her. She performed in the bathroom. This happened 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine got super wasted with his girlfriend on homecoming night, and they decided it would be nice to have sex next to the school football field. Little did they know, there was cameras watching them the whole time. Needless to say, they both got caught and both have to serve community service within the next 2 months. Hahaha. This mentally challenged kid got his dick stuck in a water bottle during class in 8th grade. He started laughing because everyone else was, then crying because it hurt. Topic. Teachers. Do you have any strange sex stories from your school? Reddit lens. Do you have any strange sex stories from while you were in school? Not my school. But a friend's high school had daily hall searches conducted by the school's security guards. Anyway, one day the principal joins in on the search and he finds this girl giving a BJ to this guy in a staircase. He immediately pulled girl away and at the same time was greeted with the student's man juice all over his shirt. My shop teacher busted his daughter giving a friend of mine a BJ in the stairwell of a hotel we were staying at on an overnight trip. Not in school. Not a teacher. But yeah. During an opening night performance of a high school musical, one of the female cast members gave simultaneous hand jobs to 2 of the stage crew members. Full stop. Full stop. This girl was commonly referred to as Rowboat. At the end of her senior year. During our senior send-off, Night of Talent. Jokes and a video, the girl who performed this task was imitating another teacher in a skit. Full stop. Full stop. One of the boys in the skit told her to just row yourself on out of here. The teacher whom she was impersonating, who is a little heavy, was deeply hurt as she thought they were making fun of her weight. The boy who said the row yourself out of here line had to explain the entire story to the teacher so she would understand it really wasn't about her. Good times. Good times. Full stop. Full stop. Sometimes it is fun to be a HS teacher. Somebody look up James Madison High School in Brooklyn, New York. If one teacher from that school does not end up on here, I'm eating a hat. A student waltzed up to the teacher's desk while she was away and dipped his balls in her coffee cup. The whole class just stared with wide eyes. Nobody said a word. She drank. I can't share the wonderful stories my boyfriend has from his job. But I remember in HS there was this band room where percussion instruments were stored, marimbas, xylophones, etc. And during practice kids would sneak in there to get it on. Oh, the rumors. I'm sure they had sex. The music director was on CPT, so either you were twiddling your thumbs or getting your dick wet. When my best friend in high school finally got herself a boyfriend, she would sit in his lap at lunchtime. He would poke it up through the zip in his trousers and be sticking it in her under her skirt the whole time. One day, the religion teacher scolded them and told them it was inappropriate behavior and that they had to get up. They both sat there, glaring at her, protesting that they were doing nothing wrong, all the while secretly shitting themselves. A teacher at my wife's school caught a group of 5 girls picking out different colored lipsticks one had brought for a rainbow party they were gonna throw for a boy after school. Bonus creepy. 4th graders. Edit. It's addressed below, but since people keep asking. A rainbow party is when several girls each wear a different color of lipstick and perform fellatio on a guy, thus resulting in the different lipsticks making a rainbow on him. Not sure. But personally I think that it would just make a big smear of one gross color. Of all the things that have never happened, this post is up there. Was in a class with a mentally challenged kid. Teacher leaves the room. The kid starts whacking off in the back. No one noticed for a bit and then he started saying a girl's name who was in the class. The girl and her friend look back and there's the kid with his dick out just jacking it. Instead of being embarrassed, he starts screaming the girl's name. Was hilarious. There was a kid a grade below me that had sex with his cat. And then it died. There was a video another kid took of it when it happened. It was pretty twisted. From then on, people meowed at him during classes. What the flying FCK.